So Elon Musk just laid out his entire interconnected vision for the future of humanity, and wow, it is a wild ride. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down, from his core philosophy to his absolutely jaw-dropping predictions for the next 5 years. Let's get right into it. You know, to really get what makes Musk tick, you have to start right here. This isn't just some poetic line. For him, this is the fundamental truth of our existence. He genuinely believes that this tiny, fragile flicker of consciousness is, as far as we know, the only one in the vast, empty darkness of the universe. And basically, his entire life's work is a desperate attempt to protect that candle and keep it from going out. So how do we get from that one tiny candle to a civilization that spans the stars? Well, here's the roadmap for our breakdown today. First up, we'll dig into the why, that whole candle in the darkness idea. Then, we'll explore his master plan for Earth, what he calls the path to abundance, and the massive energy problem we've got to solve. After that, we'll get into his shocking predictions for the next 5 years. And finally, we'll pull back the curtain on the childhood dream that fuels this whole thing, making sci-fi real. Okay, so what is the big idea here? I mean, why is he so obsessed with rockets and robots and AI all at the same time? It's not random. It all ties back to that one core mission we just talked about. See, for Musk, protecting that candle is a two-part job. Part one is making the future here on Earth awesome. Part two, building a lifeboat. And that, in a nutshell, is SpaceX. It's literally an insurance policy for humanity. Because if something truly catastrophic happens on Earth, a giant meteor, a supervolcano, some disaster we create ourselves, he wants to make sure we have a backup drive somewhere else. All right, so that's the lifeboat. Now let's talk about the other half of the mission, making life on this planet so incredible that we'll actually want to preserve it. This is what Musk calls the path to sustainable abundance. For Musk, AI and robotics aren't just about making things a little faster or a little cheaper. No, they are the key to unlocking a future of what he calls sustainable abundance, a world where poverty is a memory and everyone has access to pretty much everything they could need or want. It's kind of like the replicator from Star Trek, a world where the very concept of scarcity has been engineered away. So here's the game plan, and it's actually pretty simple. Step one, we develop super smart AI and humanoid robots. You know, robots shaped like us that can do almost any physical job, and we make them available everywhere. Step two, these robots start producing all the goods and services we could ever need on a scale we can barely comprehend. The end result? Step three, an economic explosion that will make the entire industrial revolution look like a tiny speed bump. And look, we are not talking about a few robots in a factory here. You have to think way, way bigger. We're talking about billions of them. A future where humanoid robots actually outnumber people, where they're not just building our cars, but they're doing our laundry, cooking our food, maybe even helping the kids with their homework. Okay, but a future filled with billions of robots and a planet-scale AI has one huge, massive problem. There is a single limiting factor that could bring this entire beautiful vision grinding to a halt. Energy. Before I give you the answer, just think about it for a second. We're building the hardware, the software is getting smarter every single day. So what's the actual physical bottleneck holding all of this back? Here's the problem, plain and simple. We are cranking out AI chips at this crazy exponential rate. But our ability to generate electricity, well, that's just kind of inching along, growing at maybe 3 or 4% a year. We're building all these incredible new brains, but we simply don't have enough juice to power them all up. So Musk's solution is pretty direct. Just go straight to the source, the sun. I mean, it provides virtually all of the energy in our solar system, right? Everything else is basically a rounding error. So the only logical path forward is a massive global push to scale up solar power. And to make this feel less like a fantasy and more like a plan, he gives this concrete example. He claims that a solar field that's just 100 miles by 100 miles, a tiny little square in a corner of Nevada or Utah, could generate enough electricity to power the entire United States. And when you put it like that, this overwhelming global problem starts to feel surprisingly achievable. All right, so that's the grand vision and the massive energy challenge that comes with it. But what about the here and now? Let's get into Musk's absolutely mind-bending predictions for just the next 5 years. Okay, you're going to want to brace yourself for this because this timeline is it's insane. Musk predicts that by the end of this year, 2024, AI will be smarter than any single human on the planet. By the end of next year, 2025, you might be able to go out and buy a humanoid robot. And by around 2029, he believes AI will surpass the collective intelligence of all of humanity combined. Just let that sink in for a moment. And hey, if you're thinking this all sounds a little too much like science fiction, Musk just points to self-driving cars as proof that this future is coming way faster than we think. He basically considers it a solved problem. And you know what? When insurance companies are starting to offer massive discounts for using Tesla's self-driving tech, well, that's the market literally telling you that the technology is already safer than a human driver. So what is really driving all of this? To wrap this up, let's bring it all back home. Because it's not just about the technology. It's about a deep-seated philosophy of curiosity, a relentless desire to understand the universe and our place in it. A huge piece of this puzzle is the technology that makes going to space actually practical. Musk explains the breakthrough of SpaceX's Starship with a really simple analogy. For decades, we've been throwing away our rockets after using them just once. He says that's like throwing away an entire airplane after a single flight. It's crazy expensive. Starship, on the other hand, is designed to be fully reusable. You just land it, refuel it, and it's ready for the next flight. And look, this isn't just a small improvement. It's a total game changer. Fully reusable rockets could slash the cost of getting to space by a factor of 100. This makes a whole world of new possibilities totally real. Think about things like massive solar-powered AI data centers orbiting the Earth. Musk believes that within just 3 years, space will actually be the most affordable place to build our AI future. And really, this is what it all comes down to. At its very core, his motivation is driven by all the science fiction books he read when he was a kid. He wants to live in that future. He wants to see the starships exploring the galaxy. His ultimate goal is to turn all that science fiction into science fact. So in the end, for him, all this technology is just a tool. It's a tool to help us answer the biggest questions about our own existence and about the universe itself. For Musk, AI isn't just about creating abundance. It's about helping humanity figure out what questions we should even be asking in the first place. It's really a quest for understanding, fueled by a deep, profound curiosity about what's really going on.